I'll be honest, I kinda backed out of getting the Stalker 2 DLC at the very last moment. I know a huge part of the Stalker community is focused on the DLC right now, but there's also probably a lot of people like me who are more interested in seeing what actually changed with the 2.0 update. So after playing for a good few hours since the update, I was honestly a bit disappointed.
Put down your weapon. Put down your weapon.
Now, I might still get the DLC at some point, but I'm not really that heavily invested in the Stalker lore. I never really fully understood it in the first place, so I was never hyped about what's happening story-wise. What I always enjoyed about Stalker was the exploration, the atmosphere, and just running around the zone and seeing what happens. So that's where I wanted to see the biggest improvement with 2.0. First of all, visually the game looks incredible. It's honestly hard to say anything bad about it when you have so many moments where you just stop and think, whoa, this just looks awesome. I know some people think the zone looks too pretty or too green now, but honestly I think it makes sense. We just got used to the gritty look of the original game and the new version feels strange at first, but personally I really like it. Performance wise it's a bit hard for me to say because I never really had a major issue with the game, even with my older graphics card. With frame gen enabled of course, I was averaging around 140 FPS, and with my new card I've noticed a pretty decent increase in some areas going up to 180. But it's still great to see performance improvements, especially for people who were struggling with the game before. Putting that aside, the biggest change I was expecting was the improvement to A-Life. And after a few hours I've played, I honestly can't say I noticed much of a difference. I'm still having enemies spot me from pretty far away, mutants can still just appear right next to me, like 8 bloodsuckers in the same time in one spot, and I didn't really notice the zone feeling much more populated either. Maybe I just haven't played enough yet, because the zone is obviously huge, but I was expecting to notice some of the changes a bit more. Another thing I was actually pretty excited about is the trading with the NPCs. I previously made a video talking about how hyped I was for this change, seeing it in the gameplay teasers, but after I've checked well over 100 NPCs, I barely found anything interesting to buy. If I didn't already know this was supposed to be a new feature, I probably wouldn't even notice that anything changed. And then there's the new mutant that I haven't encountered yet, and I don't know if it's limited to the DLC area, but I was kind of hoping to naturally run into one and get the idea of how it works and how you're supposed to fight it. So overall, that's where I'm at with Stalker 2 right now. Visually the game is probably better than it ever looked and performance seems to be improving too. But when it comes to the actual gameplay and the things that makes the zone feel alive, I'm still finding it a bit dull and strangely empty. Maybe after a few more updates, some of these systems will finally start to click for me, and maybe that's when I'll jump into the DLC and explore the new areas properly. But for now, I am having sort of a good time just running around the zone and getting distracted by random things and seeing what I can find. And honestly, maybe that's enough for now.